Hey friend, welcome back to the YouTube channel for the Renaissance English History Podcast. I am your host, Heather, and I've been podcasting on Tudor England since 2009 with the Renaissance English History Podcast. This channel is where I put all of my episodes as well as loads of extra content like this video right here. Today we are going to talk about a history's mystery. It's not like a Who Killed the Princess in the Tower or anything like that. It's whether Henry VIII was actually the father of Catherine Carey. It's something that definitely fascinates historical fiction writers. It's something that a lot of people have opinions about one way or another, and we're going to break down the pros and cons and the for and against arguments today. If you want to see more Tudor history content in your YouTube feed, why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe right now so you never miss a video? All right, let's get right into it. So Catherine Carey is at the center of one of Tudor history's most enduring mysteries. Was she the illegitimate daughter of Henry VIII? Her mother, Mary Boleyn, was known to be the king's mistress, and Catherine's birth occurred during their rumored affair. The question of Catherine's paternity not only adds intrigue to the Boleyn family saga, but it also shapes how we interpret Elizabeth I's reign, given her close bond with the Careys. Despite many theories, many historical fiction books, no definitive evidence has ever surfaced, leaving historians and Tudor enthusiasts to speculate on this royal mystery, one that carries significant implications for the Tudor bloodline. So let's talk about the background of Mary Boleyn and her relationship with Henry. She was the daughter of Thomas Boleyn, sister of Anne Boleyn. She married William Carey, a courtier close to Henry VIII in 1520. Mary's marriage did not prevent her from becoming the king's mistress, a role that she allegedly assumed between about 1522 and 1525. Henry actually was very discreet with his mistresses. It's why we don't know about that many of them. He really seemed to prefer having affairs with married women. This made it a lot safer in case the woman got pregnant. He was able to just say, oh, well, look, she's married. It's her husband. And it made things a lot more discreet. It also helped to protect the woman's reputation a lot more if she was already married, things like that. So this fits with that pattern that Henry had of choosing married women as his mistress. So during this time between 1522 and 1525, Mary gave birth to two children, Catherine, born in 1524, and Henry Carey, born in 1526. The timing of their births aligns with Mary's rumored affair with Henry, leading some historians to propose that one or both were the child of the king. So let's look at the arguments that support the idea that Catherine was Henry's daughter. First, the timing. Catherine's birth in 1524 coincides with Mary Boleyn's documented affair with Henry VIII, making it plausible that the king was Catherine's father. This timing, paired with the fact that Mary was in regular proximity to the king as his mistress, suggests an opportunity for Henry to have fathered Catherine. Physical resemblance. Accounts from contemporaries and later portraits show Catherine with auburn hair and facial features that are very similar to Henry, reinforcing the theory of a Tudor connection. The Careys' likeness to Elizabeth I has also been noted, particularly Catherine's resemblance to her cousin, adding weight, again, to the idea of shared Tudor blood. Henry also made lots of grants to William Carey. During Mary's affair with Henry VIII, William Carey, Mary's husband, received several grants and court appointments. Some historians suggest that these are rewards, financial rewards, as compensation for Carey's acceptance or silence regarding his wife's relationship with the king. The timing of these grants aligns suspiciously with the birth of Catherine and Henry Carey, further hinting at a potential royal connection. Then there was Elizabeth I's relationship with Catherine. Elizabeth maintained a very close bond with Catherine Carey, elevating her to the chief lady of the bedchamber, one of the highest positions in the court. Elizabeth also paid for Catherine's elaborate funeral, an uncommon gesture even for close relatives. This closeness has fueled the speculation that Catherine was more than a cousin, but was potentially Elizabeth's half-sister. They would have been cousins otherwise because, of course, Elizabeth's mother was Anne Boleyn and Catherine Carey's mother was Mary Boleyn, who were sisters. So they would have been first cousins anyway. But the idea is that they were closer than first cousins, and maybe Elizabeth accepted that Catherine was her half-sister. So we've looked at the pro side. Let's look at the counter arguments then. Several arguments challenge the idea that Catherine was Henry's daughter. First, Mary's marital status. At the time of Catherine's birth, Mary Boleyn was married to William Carey. Under the laws of the time, any child born within the bonds of marriage was presumed to be the husband, and there was no formal dispute over Catherine's paternity. William Carey publicly acknowledged Catherine as his daughter, which aligns with the legal and social norms of the period. There was also a lack of acknowledgement by Henry VIII. He did recognize his other illegitimate son, Henry Fitzroy, whom he fathered with Bessie Blunt. Henry never acknowledged either Catherine or Henry Carey. Fitzroy's recognition included titles and substantial provisions, highlighting this disparity in treatment. The absence of acknowledgement for the Carey siblings raises doubt about whether Henry actually considered them his own. There's also the idea that Henry might have been struggling with fertility during this period. Some historians have posited that Henry may have experienced fertility issues during the mid-1520s when Henry and Catherine Carey were born. This theory is supported by his difficulty in fathering heirs, legitimate heirs during this time, and adds a layer of skepticism to the idea of it all. Although, of course, later he did father Elizabeth. So who knows? But it is something that some historians talk about. And you can explain Elizabeth's favoritism by the fact that she was cousins with her. Elizabeth kept her family close. She was always very loyal to her Boleyn family. Catherine was the daughter of her beloved aunt, and Elizabeth was known for favoring her close relatives, which could explain the generosity towards Catherine without implying any deeper paternal connection to Henry VIII. Why does any of it matter? The question of Catherine Carey's paternity isn't just historical curiosity. It actually has implications for how we understand the Tudor dynasty. If Catherine and Henry Carey were indeed Henry's illegitimate children, it would mean that the Tudor bloodline was actually carried on through Mary Boleyn's descendants. Because right now, of course, we think that the Henry's bloodline ended after Elizabeth. But if it didn't, that has some interesting implications, doesn't it? This potential connection also would have added political weight to the Careys' status at court, particularly under Elizabeth. There are compelling arguments on both sides, but the mystery of Catherine's paternity remains unsolved. The lack of any kind of definitive evidence means that speculation will continue, fueling fascination by Tudor historians, enthusiasts, and YouTubers alike. Was Catherine actually Henry's daughter, or Mary and William Carey's? Let me know your comments below, what you think about this. Also, if you can think of any arguments that I didn't mention, leave those below as well. I would love to read them. If you made it to this point in the video and you enjoyed it, I sure would appreciate a press of that like button. It helps to feed the YouTube algorithm and get these videos to more people. Also, I hope I earned your subscription to my channel where I put out videos like this on the regular. If you want to keep binging on Tudor content, why not check out this video on Henry VIII's known mistresses? Or here's one that YouTube thinks you will enjoy. Thanks so much for watching. Remember, you are deeply loved. I'm so glad I share the planet with you. And don't forget to drink your water. I will be back soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.